What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to a brand new live stream. Hope everyone had a happy 4th of July weekend. We got our normal stuff, film news, NBA free agency, and no, LeBron James has not made his decision yet. A week ago, we had some big trades. It's been pretty quiet recently, though. You have signings here and there, but they're nothing crazy or anything. But tonight we'll cover the film news, see if there's any NBA news, and we're going to do a Breaking Bad, Better Call Saul character tier list now that I finished rewatching the entire universe, Breaking Bad, Better Call Saul, and the El Camino movie. But let's dive right into it. Apologies that I was not on network the other night. I just have a busy work schedule at the moment. We'll get started. Pick up where we left off. DC Studios release 5 projects in 2027. Creatures of Commandos 2, never heard of it. Man of Tomorrow, The Batman Part 2, been waiting forever for that. Mr. Miracle, don't know what that is. And Jimmy Olsen, what? Yeah, only one of these I'm excited for, The Batman Part 2. Probably because James Gunn has nothing to do with it, but let's see. J.K. Simmons will not return as James Jonah Jameson in Spider-Man Brand New Day. Better be busy voicing Omni-Man in Invincible. I'll just say that. Obsession star Indy Navarrete is reportedly in talks to join the cast of Marvel's X-Men film. That's pretty cool. She recently met with X-Men director Jake Schreier. Okay, I probably said that wrong, but oh well. Oh God, I knew this was going to be bad. The live-action Moana remake opens to 32% on Rotten Tomatoes. Oh my God, that's hilarious. That's really funny. 32%. The first one back in 2016, which that came out 10 years ago. Holy crap. 95%. There's a Moana 2, which I don't think I watched that one. I saw the first one, but I did not watch the second one. 61, and then this one 32. Oh boy, not good. But yeah, freaking The Rock looks horrible in live action as like live action Maui. Like it looks so bad, dude. Like Okay, and then Anthony Starr will officially never win an Emmy for playing Homelander. That is absolutely ridiculous. Just phenomenal performance throughout the show as Homelander. Arguably the best character in the show because of his acting. One of the best TV villains in recent history. So this is just straight up disrespectful, and this is why I don't take Oscars and Emmys seriously. Like this is just ridiculous. But yeah, carried the show for the most part. But yeah, just absolute great villain. Really popularized the Homelander character. Um, when you hear Homelander, you're instantly going to think of Anthony Starr and that dude. So he pretty much popularized the character, um, being what he is. Um, Patrick Stewart confirms he won't retire from acting after Doomsday. Yeah, they did dirty in Doctor Strange too. And then this is it for the film stuff. A Nova series is officially in the works at Marvel Studios. Michael Waldron, Loki, Doctor Strange, and the Multiverse of Madness will serve as the writer. Oh boy. Yeah, that's pretty much it for the film news. Yeah, what's up, Ben? How you doing? Got Ben the Goat. All right. Let me see if there's any NBA news. Okay, I actually thought this guy was out of the league for a bit, but former Magic center Mo Bamba has agreed to a 2-year deal to return to the Jazz. Okay. Mark Cuban is accusing Mavericks governor Patrick Dumont of freezing him out of business opportunities. Okay, I don't know what that means. Shouldn't have sold the team because then the Luka trade probably would have happened, but whatever. The Denver Nuggets have waived Jonas Valanciunas. He had a fully guaranteed $10 million decision today. Denver will now own Valanciunas $2 million for the 2026-27 season. He's averaged 12.8 points and 9 rebounds in 14 seasons. But yeah, solid player. He just wasn't very good in the playoffs. I don't know what it is, but he wants to go. I mean, last year he wanted to go play for Lathanios, a basketball in his home country, Greece, or whatever. So he might go play there, but see what he decides to do. And then Larry Nance Jr. has agreed to a 1-year, $4 million deal with the Pacers. Yeah, he just was not very good with the Cavs this year, so he pretty much fell out of the rotation. Okay, I did not click on that. College Sports Commission has cleared more than 355 million worth of NIL deals since launching NIL go in June 2025. Okay. And this is wild. Yeah, Jaylen Brown and AJ Brown are cousins. So Jaylen Brown, he's been doing his thing in Boston, despite him getting traded to Philadelphia. He's still committed to his investments in Boston, so respect to him. But he said he just found out that he and AJ Brown are cousins. What's crazy is that we're cousins. My grandpa just told me his grandfather's brother was my grandpa. AJ Brown saw the clip and responded on Instagram, "Big cuz hit me." So yeah, that is pretty wild. But obviously, we talked about the Jaylen Brown trade last week and how much I hate it, and I still hate it. And you have some dumbasses defending it, saying they're like, "Oh, Paul George is a better fit in Mazzulla's system." Mazzulla's system sucks. His system is jack up 63s a game. So yeah. I think Mazzulla's on the hot seat. I think Brad Stevens should be on the hot seat. The new owners suck. WYC's Serbiak should have never sold the team. It made no sense for him to sell the team right after winning their first championship in 16 years. It made no sense. But whatever. I believe that's the video of him saying it. But yeah, weird six-team trade that sends Middleton back to Washington after Washington traded him to Dallas in February. But D'Angelo Russell headed to Memphis. He's probably going to get waived because he just doesn't fit the rebuild that they got going on right now. But Middleton back with the Wizards. Yabusele has agreed to a 3-year deal with Panathinaikos in Greece. Okay, so he's out of the NBA again. He actually earned his way back to the NBA because of his performance in the Olympics and on France. Played for the Sixers, Knicks, and then Bulls, and then now he's out of the league again. But Pistons traded away Karis LeVert and 2 second-round picks to the Bucks for Taurean Prince and Gary Harris. I believe they got a trade exception out of it, but Detroit kind of got some depth there. And then, this is disgusting. Paul George is going to be wearing 13 again in Boston. So good for him, I guess. And then Kevon Looney is going to be signing a 1-year deal with the Lakers. He'll be their backup center. And then the Cavs just gave Donovan Mitchell his extension. It's a 4-year, $272.8 million deal. But here's all the details over here. Pretty much shuts down the trade rumors. And then Cavs start. Yeah, I already talked about this. 4-year, $273 million max extension. And then Giannis is going to wear number 7 instead of number 34. I'm not really sure why, but okay. Bucks ownership confirmed. Giannis number 34 will be retired by the organization. Makes sense. DeRozan gets waived. They were trying to trade for him, but no one's going to trade for him because his style just doesn't fit the modern NBA, unfortunately. He's known for taking mid-range shots, which there's nothing wrong with that. But he's just not a good three-point shooter, or he doesn't shoot enough threes. And, today's NBA is, focused on shooting a bunch of threes, which is annoying. And given his age, he's like 36, 37. But I hope he goes to a contender and wins a ring and retires. Indicted, is that what it says? Been arrested and indicted in connection with alleged $2.2 million fraud scheme. Oh boy, here we go. Why do athletes always get in trouble? I just don't get it. Tim Hardaway Sr. has changed his mind and will let his son, Tim Hardaway Jr., wear his retired number 10 jersey with the Heat. He publicly refused to let his son wear his retired number 10 with the Miami Heat. The Hall of Famer stated, "My legacy is my legacy. That is not coming down from the rafters. That is tough to do. And when it's up there, you want it to stay up there and you don't want nobody to touch it." Tim Hardaway Jr. is expected to hold a press conference early this week to share the story. All right, and then Rui is signing with the Clippers, so he's staying in LA, just not on the Lakers. Grizzlies signed Warriors big Quentin Post. Signing a 3-year, $30 million offer sheet. Damn, $30 million for this guy. I know that's not annually, that's just total, but still. And then Golden State decided not to match it. And I forgot, where's Josh Okogie? He's going to the Jazz. 2-year, $12 million deal. Solid bench player. Drummond's going to the Knicks. Jordan Miller is going to stay in LA with the Clippers. Trey Lyles going to the Timberwolves. Solid bench player. Then Ayton is getting traded to the Wizards for Jaden Hardy and 2 second-round picks after he picked up his player option. And then DFS is going to Charlotte. Caleb Love agreed to a 2-way deal with the Sixers. So he's out of Portland. Bunch of Jaylen Brown stuff. And Celtics signed Neemias Queta to a 4-year, $56 million extension. Queta averaged 10.2 points a game, 8.4 rebounds, and 1.3 blocks this past season. Yeah. All right, see if there's any NFL stuff. Preseason's right around the corner. Travis Hunter already running faster than he was before the knee injury in his rookie season. So that's pretty good. Brandon Ayuk says Daniels isn't answering his calls after their fallout continues. Ayuk claims Daniels told him, "I don't do that internet shit, bro. Hit my phone if you got to talk to me. You got my number. When I call, he don't answer. Hit my phone, bro. It's important. It's the money on the line." Yeah, so I don't understand what this dude's problem is. Which we'll get into the context in a minute. D Hop is returning to school to take finance classes at Clemson after earning nearly $140 million during his NFL career. Okay, that's good for him, I guess. So I guess he's retiring, I guess. I don't know. Josh Downs being named breakout candidate. Yeah, I can see it. Chris Johnson's wife revealed how much ALS has changed his life in just 1 year. Prayers up to him. It's a very serious condition. Hey, I'm not really sure why Gonzo is behind Derek Stingley. Gonzo is a lockdown corner. I understand Surtain being at number one. That's fine. That doesn't bother me. But Gonzo below Stingley. I'm not saying Stingley's bad. Stingley's obviously good. But the dude got mossed by Kayshon Boutte. Okay. Like, look at Gonzo. Like, he's locked up some of the best receivers in the game, such as AJ Brown. He's locked up Nico Collins. He's trying to think here. He's went up against DK Metcalf. Ja'Marr Chase in his second year. He went up against Ja'Marr Chase. He's like, and he did a good job against Ja'Marr Chase. And he's like, he's not getting a new contract on me. So I just don't. That's really the only thing I don't agree with. I think Gonzo should be at least number 2. Evan would hate this if Belichick ended up coaching the Broncos. Brandon Ayuk once again unloading on the 49ers, saying you won't file for reinstatement. Ayuk claims the 49ers decided to void his guarantees in July, but continued telling the media and fans he would eventually return. When the news finally came out that my guarantees were voided in November, the team continued to lie to the media, fan base, acting as if that was not a decision that was made in July. He also says the team continued claiming he'd return despite repeatedly telling the team that wasn't happening. Okay. Yep, so the drama just keeps going on and on and on and on and on. Lions appear to be getting an all-silver Rivalries uniform. And it looks all right, I guess. I mean, that could just be Photoshop. That might actually not be the actual thing. Commanders are signing Rasul Douglas to a 1-year deal. So, yeah, pretty solid corner. Yeah, here's the context I mentioned earlier. Brandon Ayuk has unfollowed Commanders quarterback Jaden Daniels and called him out after a viral video of a 49ers fan yelling F Brandon Ayuk at Daniels. The fuck always so funny. Turn your savage up. What? Just days ago, Ayuk was begging the Commanders to sign him. Now that might not be the case. So yeah, not only does he have drama with the Niners, now he's got drama with another team. Whoops, I should not have shown that. My bad. But yeah, he unfollowed him. So yeah, just seems like an absolute man-child. Yeah, I don't think anybody wants him, honestly. 49ers could try to recover up to 18.6 million from Ayuk. They're signing a 120 million extension just 2 years ago. Ayuk's been demanding his release on social media, saying he wants to join the Commanders. It's not known if the 49ers will actually pursue the money, but teams like the Lions have gone that route before, making this something worth watching. Michigan quarterback Bryce Underwood believes he's the greatest football player to ever come out of the state of Michigan. Pretty bold statement there. So, French national team has the same amount of wins as the 2025 Jets did at their home stadium. Heard USA got their freaking asses whooped by Belgium. Okay, bro, this is just getting ridiculous. I'm gonna be a commander soon. Well, not anymore. I genuinely believe that no team wants him. I don't think Terrion Arnold's going to any team. All right, that's pretty much it on that front, though. But now we will do our tier list. All right, but we got our Breaking Bad, Better Call Saul character tier list. So we got S, A, B, C, D. So some of these I probably won't remember the names of. It'd be the funniest thing if Noah came in here at this time, but I don't think he will. But I don't even remember. Let me add an F tier. The row below. So yeah, I don't even remember who this is. All right, then I don't remember his name, but I know he worked with Nacho and Hector Salamanca. And then he dies in, I think, season 4, early season 4, because they were trying to get 6 million, but Victor and that other guy only wanted to give him 5 million. So then Gus kills him, and because he finds out that Nacho snuck those pills into Hector's thing, so he uses that to get a hold of Nacho and use him has an advantage or whatever. But yeah, put him in C. Doesn't really do much. Hank's advisor or boss, whatever he is, put him in C. Doesn't really do much. I think this is Badger. We'll put him top of C. Kind of just there for comedic relief. Believe this is one of the judges in Better Call Saul. Put C. Kind of just there. Mrs. Kettleman. She's rude and annoying, so I'll put her in D. Then you got the guy who freaking trolls Jimmy, so I guess we'll put him top of C, I guess. Car wash guy, this dude was an a-hole to Walt, so put him in an F. I don't remember who this is. This guy, I know he worked with Jimmy on the camera crew or whatever he needed. And he was just good for comedic relief, I guess. Is that Andrea from Breaking Bad, Jesse's girlfriend? I don't think it is. I'm just gonna double check, see if I have the right person. Because I don't see anybody else that looks like Andrea. So I guess that's Andrea from Breaking Bad. Top of C, I guess. I do like her and Jesse's relationship. Then you got the principal that fires Walt because he tries to get back at Skyler. I guess here's fine. You got that dude who's trying to steal money in the El Camino movie. Guess bottom of C, I guess. I don't remember who this is. All right, then you got Chuck. Chuck will put in B. Has his moments. Important part of Jimmy's backstory. Yeah, at times he kind of does care about Jimmy. And then you see they're trying to stop Jimmy in season 3. Trying to show him a better way, but it doesn't really work. And then says the coldest thing he could say to Jimmy. He says, "I don't mean to hurt your feelings, but the truth is you never really mattered that much to me," which I don't agree with that because apparently he did matter to you because you freaking crashed out and did everything you could to stop Jimmy from being a lawyer and stuff like that. So I don't remember who this is. Then you got Cliff. Cliff, we'll put around here. I kind of feel bad for Cliff because Jimmy being a jackass, and he generally was a good boss, and Jimmy pretty much just threw it away. So I forgot this guy's name, but he was one of Jesse's friends. Guess we'll put in C. They got Mr. Kettleman, put him over his wife. But again, doesn't really do much. I forgot this guy's name, but he was in season 5 of Breaking Bad. The one that Walt tries negotiating a deal with. Guess I'll put him in C, I guess. Then you got Jane's father. Do feel bad for him, but don't get much out of him, so I'll put him there. I don't remember who this is. I was one of the nurses when Chuck goes to the hospital because of his condition. Then you got that girl on Jimmy's crew. She's kind of funny, so I guess C. Then you got the guy who helps Jimmy, Walt, and Jesse go to a different state. It's all right character, I guess. Then you got Don Alito, Alato, solid villain. Guess we'll put him here. Then you got Elliot, decent character. Don't get to see him that much. Probably put him there. Then we got Erin from Better Call Saul. She just freaking babysits Jimmy. So good for comedic relief, I guess. I forgot this guy's name, but he was Jimmy's friend. But she's the one who warned Kim and Jimmy that Chuck recorded his confession. All right, then you got this freaking miserable dude. Yeah, he's going F tier. Then you got Brent. I forgot her name, is like Fresno or something like that. But she's actually a good character, so put her in B. Forgot who this guy is. Then I believe this is Gail Bedecker. Decent character. Kind of just got put in an unlucky situation. Probably put him around here. Then we got Gomez. I forgot his first name, but funny character here and there. Guess we'll put him in B. Then you got Gretchen. Decent character. Then you got the freaking counselor that tries to help Jesse. Just doesn't really do much. Then you got Gus. Gotta go in S tier for me. Just a great villain in both Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul. Then we got Hank. Funny character. He's got great moments. Put him in A tier. Then we got Hector. We'll put him in B tier. Solid villain. You get the backstory in Better Call Saul on why he doesn't talk anymore and how he got put in the situation that he's in. Then we got Howard. Do think Howard genuinely is, good guy. Definitely not deserve what happened to him. So then we got Huel Babineau. He's going in A tier. He's funny. Then we got the lady that Jimmy tries to take advantage of. Because he wants his money and he turns all her friends on her, but then he feels bad about it and can't undo it. But just a innocent old lady. So I'll put her in C. Then we got Jack from Breaking Bad season 5. Pretty good villain. Probably put him in A tier. Then we got Jane. she's all right. She's a bit insufferable at times, so I guess we'll put her in C. I guess I just not really a fan of the Jane stuff. I don't remember who this is. Jesse Pinkman has to be A or S. We'll probably put him in A tier. Just feel bad for him as a character. Just can't really catch a break, but he's got funny moments as well. And yeah, you do see the human side of him. And, he does, try to protect the people he cares about, like Andrea and Brock. And, it's seeing him get beaten down in season 5 where like he doesn't really want to do it anymore and just wants out of it and just wants to start fresh, finding out that Walt did poison Brock, and then everything comes crashing down, and then he gets held captive and stuff, watches Andrea die, and then finally gets set free, drives off, and then they carry that on in El Camino, and then finally gets to start a new life in Alaska. So kind of feel bad for him. Then we got Jesse's dad. I guess C tier. Don't do much. Jesse's mom, same thing. All right, then we got Jimmy. Saul Goodman. Has to go in S tier. Now, yes, Breaking Bad, he's just a sleazy lawyer, and he has his moments. But Better Call Saul, just phenomenal. The backstory they give him and, the depth, understand why he's the way he is, running his scams and stuff. And his relationship with Kim is great. Just overall great character. And then just see everything come crashing down on him, and he's able to talk himself down to 7 years. But hold on a second. Sorry about that. But as I was saying, finds out Kim's in trouble. So then he decides to confess everything, saying that Walt and Jesse wouldn't have got away with it without me. So he pretty much gets like 45 years to life. But he does it for Kim, and his character pretty much ends there. But yeah. But he may seem like a sleazy lawyer and stuff like that, but he does genuinely care for Kim. So that's, what I do like about his character. So, but he has funny moments as well. I forget this guy's name, but part of the Mexican cartel and Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul, but decent villain, I guess. And we'll put him around here. Then you got the Mesa Verde guy. Put him in C, I guess. Pops up a lot in Better Call Saul. Then we got Kim Wexler. Got to put her in A tier. Just great character. Her character in Better Call Saul is amazing. Big part of Jimmy's character, and stuff that she does where she does generally care about Jimmy, and she does her best to be a good lawyer, and her chemistry with Jimmy is great. So then we got Crazy 8. I think that's his name. But yeah, C tier. See a little bit of him in Better Call Saul. Then we see him at the beginning of Breaking Bad. Put him around here, I guess. Actually, we'll put him down here. I think that's fine. Okay, then we got Lalo Salamanca. We're putting him in S tier. This guy is a terrifying villain. He is terrifying. Makes his first appearance in season 4, episode 8, at the very end. The actor did a phenomenal job playing the character. You see at the end of season 4 where he's going after Vernon Ziegler to get info on Gus's operation. So then, which pretty much forces Mike to kill Ziegler, even though he doesn't want to do it. And then season 5, we see Jimmy get involved with him, which he really doesn't. And he puts fear into Jimmy because of how scary and intimidating he is. And when he's smiling and all happy, that's even scarier. Like the end in season 5 where Nacho, leads those guys after Lalo, and they have that like assault on his house, and like the last shot is Lalo walking off, and the season ends there. And then season 6, we see him at the beginning of season 6, but then he disappears for a bit and we don't see him for a while. Then he goes after Ziegler's people, and then we don't see him again for a little bit. And then we have the whole Howard stuff with Jimmy and Kim pranking Howard relentlessly. And then like he's at their apartment upset and stuff like that. And he's like, I'm going to spend the rest of my life. I'm going to dedicate the rest of my life so everyone knows the truth. And then Lalo just shows up out of nowhere and shoots Howard. And then the very next episode sends Kim to Gus's house with the gun and stuff. And then they have their showdown. And even the writers said that Gus got lucky against Lalo. And like the last shot we see of Lalo is him smiling as he dies. But yeah, just a great villain. You have the copy shop guy, C, I guess. I don't remember his name, but he sells Mike those weapons. He was in Supernatural as Bobby, and he was in The Boys as Bobby Singer. Okay, next we got Lydia. Oh boy. I guess top of C. She's a decent character. Then you got this guy that works at Gus's chicken restaurant as bottom of C. Doesn't really do much. Then we got Jimmy's buddy from the first 2 seasons of Better Call Saul. It might have been in season 3 as well. I don't remember. But definitely big part of Jimmy's backstory and character. I don't remember. Oh wait, no, this is Ziegler's wife. Now I remember. Yeah, C tier. Doesn't really do much. She was like in 1 episode. Then we got Marie. We're gonna put her top of C because she can just be insufferable at times. Then we got the old lady that pretty much snitched on Jimmy. And then we got Mike. Mike's going in A tier. One of my favorite characters in the entire universe. Just great character, very serious, smart, always knows what to do. Then we got this lady, I guess Saul's landlord. Cucumber water for customer only. Yeah, C tier. Then we got Nacho. Feel bad for his character. Just the way his character ends. Put him in A. Then we got this guy from El Camino that Jesse wins a gunfight against. Put him in C. Then we got the old guy that tries to cover for Walt and Jesse. Put him in C, I guess. This guy worked with Jimmy. Pointed out that if he quits, he'll lose his bonus. So I guess C. Forgot her name, but involved with Mesa Verde. Doesn't really do much. Forgot who this is. I forgot his name, but funny guy. Pretty much confronts Ted Beneke. Put him over here, I guess. Chuck's ex-wife. Not bad. She just doesn't do much. Same with this guy. Involved with Mesa Verde. Has a few scenes with Kim. I don't even remember who this is. Then you got Skinny Pete. Funny character. We got Skylar White, yo. I guess B. She has her moments. Okay, I don't remember who this is either. Don't remember. And we got Mike's daughter-in-law. Decent character. I'll take over Jane. Don't remember who this is. I believe that's the attorney or whatever that goes against Jimmy and Kim for the most part. Put her in C. And we got Ted Beneke. Put him in C. Just doesn't want to pay taxes. Then we got Todd, that freaking psychopath. Goes against Jesse. I mean, good villain. So I guess C, I guess. Then we got Tuco, Salamanca, just scary dude, scary villain. Put him in A tier. But yeah, just scary dude. Then we got the Salamanca twins, both intimidating, scary villains. Put them bottom of B. And then we got, I can't remember his name, but he works for Gus, loyal to Gus until the very end. Probably below Jane. Then we got Nacho's dad. Feel bad for him. Probably like around here. And we got Victor. Dies in Breaking Bad season 4, despite him being loyal to Gus. Just randomly dies out of nowhere. But then we got Walter Jr. Has his moments, but we'll put in C tier. Then we got Walter White, aka Heisenberg. Gotta go in S tier. Top of S, just phenomenal arc throughout the whole show. Starts out as, just a guy working at a car wash and a chemistry teacher at a high school, trying to support his family, his son, his pregnant wife. Then he gets diagnosed with cancer, pretty much gets screwed over. Starts cooking with Jesse, expands into big empire. Pretty much the shit throughout the whole show. And then takes out Gus, the big man, pretty much wants to build his empire. Then he gives it up, but then it doesn't matter because Hank finds out, and it all comes crashing down on him, and pretty much loses everything, his family, business, money, but does what he can to salvage it. Tries to do the right thing in the end, or do what he can. Gives Skyler the coordinates and admits that he did it for himself. And takes out Jack and his crew. And then dies from cancer. So just perfect ending for his character. So he just has a very tragic story. But the way they do it is perfect. We got this lady, just doesn't really do much, not that interesting. Vernon Ziegler, I guess, put him there. I mean, all he wanted to do is, see his wife. So it's unfortunate what happened to him. And then we got baseball cards guy. We'll put him in right here. What about my baseball cards? Yeah, I don't remember his actual name, but we'll just call him baseball cards guy. But yeah, that's the tier list. So I'm sure if Noah watches this, he's gonna have something to say. But I'm gonna end it at the 1 hour mark. So thank you for those of you who watched it. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one. Probably start doing these on Mondays now because Noah said he can't do network on Mondays anymore. So we're probably going to be switching days, which is fine. But if you can't do them Wednesday, then I'm probably not going to be available to be on network unless my schedule changes in the future. But right now I only have Monday and Wednesday off. But it is what it is. But thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.